Hi, could I get your age, please?
Yeah, hello, I'm 22.
All right. Are women's rights necessary?
Yeah, I have a clarity question. When you say necessary, what do you take that to mean?
So that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked it. Are they necessary for equal protection under the law?
You just you just put the I'm asking for the definition of necessary, sir.
Required for a specific end.
Required for a specific end. Well, I guess there's two ways to go about this. You could say there's yes in a pragmatic sense, no in a modal sense, but if we value you want to say equality or fairness or things of that nature, then obviously they're necessary to meet those goals. Right? If there's no mutually exclusive principle from women and men, that would restrict women's rights. So, in the pragmatic sense, yes.
Well, women's rights aren't even necessary for equality.
Well, if you want to say something like there is such a thing as men and women's rights, then obviously it would be the case.
Well, no. What I mean is, if both men and women have no rights, then
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
If
just
you're
be
just saying there is, yeah, if you're just saying there is no such thing as a man's and a woman's right, then I mean, sure, but I guess we can. Are you making that claim that there are no such thing as men and women rights?
no.
So, wait, that wasn't clear. Are you saying there are some or none?
There are none. There are
Okay.
there are exclusively female rights and exclusively male rights.
Oh, you think there are?
For example, women or females are not subjected to the draft.
Oh, okay, okay, perfect. So, okay, perfect. So, you're signing off that there are men and female rights now, and you're saying that them not having rights wouldn't infringe on equality?
Correct. If men have no rights and women have no rights, they're equal, but women would have the
No.
rights.
Obviously, we agree there are rights for men and women. So when you say are women's rights necessary, if the goal is to maintain equality, then them having rights would be necessary.
But
Yes, because there
that
are.
would depend on men and women having any rights at all.
You
If
already signed off that they have
No, but
rights,
there
right?
is a is it logically possible that neither men or women could have
I
rights?
told you we were using like this pragmatic notion of necessity. We're not
Well,
using
you
it
said that. I
modally.
didn't say that.
Okay, so wait, when you say necessary, you using it modally flavored?
Sure.
Oh my. Okay, okay. So if the prompt is just saying, is it logically necessary that women have rights? Oh my. I hope that's not what you're saying. Okay,
No, I'm
obviously.
saying is it logically
So
possible that there could be no rights for anybody?
yes, there's no contradiction. I hope that's not what you want to debate on. You want to
Okay,
debate on
so
logical possibility?
no.
Are you serious?
You're rejecting the analogy based on something.
On the pragmatic notion that okay, when we look at our laws, regulations, things of that nature, if we already sign off that men have rights and we also simultaneously value equality, then women having rights is also needed.
If we value equality, we could take rights away from everybody and they would be equal.
Okay, I don't disagree that. Okay, so women's rights wouldn't be necessary if we strip them from everyone.
Correct.
But then you can inquire on, well, look, what happens if we strip everyone's rights? It seems like we might run into some reductios there.
Sure.
It seems like if
I
it,
admit that
so then
it's
I
a
actually might even
reductio.
sign off on saying, yeah, I might even sign off on saying, actually, no. Even if we were to strip men's rights, women's rights are still necessary,
Why?
and that they're just a, yeah, because of the reductios that you're gonna have to bite if you remove all rights. What?
Wait. So if you stripped rights away from men,
Yeah.
you would still have to give rights to women in order to maintain equality.
No, you would still have to give rights to women in dispense of the equality, but in virtue of other things like not falling into reductio. So their rights are still necessary.